and welcome to Beads Jar. My name's Billy and I've been making up this lovely DNA bracelet. In this tutorial I'll show you how you can make it as well. For our bracelet project we'll be using these hand painted 18mm oval glass beads, size 8 Tohos with that gorgeous lustre effect, S-Lon thread, some Fevi Kwik glue and a pair of scissors. To start this project you want to cut two lengths of the S-Lon. So one you're going to do at 50 centimeters and the other a meter. When you cut your S-Lon you really want to make sure you're cutting a nice sharp diagonal with your scissors. So cut a diagonal, and one of my top tips at this point, if you've got some clear nail varnish, is to dip the end in, run your fingers over, so on each end of your thread, and then let that dry. It'll just make it a lot easier, creating a sort of semi-permanent needle that makes your bead threading easier. So when you're ready to get started, bring the two separate lengths together. This is just for the first section. And we're going to start threading onto both strands. This is just for the beginning of the project, our Toho seed beads. So you're going to thread them on and we're going to work out how many we need. So if you want to start by threading 15, and then we'll see how many we're going to need for the loop for our oval for our fastening. So I'm going to make sure that I have enough beads to go all the way around the oval shape. So I'm going to add about another 6 and see where I'm up to. So that's a good size to go around my oval bead, which will be used as the fastener as well as throughout the project. So we have one thread which was longer and one that was shorter. So we're going to pull those through. So find your shorter one and make it evenly half, and your longer one also, so that they're halved and pulled through. And then we're going to bring them together. So all 4 strands are now together and we're going to tie a knot. To get my knot nice and close, what I like to do is loop over my finger with the threads. So I've got my loop there and I'm going to take all the strands back. So we've got the longer ones, so I'll take them through first, and then I've got the 2 shorter lengths, so I'll take them through as well. So I've got control of all the threads together. And we're going to take that knot up to the beads. Like that. And I'm pushing against that knot because I want it to be nice and secure. Okay. Now, one of my tips again on this, I'm going to put some sellotape over my beads just to hold that in place whilst I move on to the next section. So we just place some sellotape on that, and you need to separate your strands. So I'm going to find my 2 shorter lengths, and these are going to be my middle 2 strands. So I want to keep them 2 in the center here, and I've got my right and my left thread. So I'm just going to move them to the side. And onto my double, the 2 in the middle, I'm going to thread my first oval bead. So both strands through the oval bead, and that's going to go up to the knot. And now we're going to add the seed beads onto the side. So we're going back to our Tohos, and I'm going to put 8. These 2 strands are going to sit either side of our beautiful hand-painted glass bead. And in between this, I'm going to be creating a small section of macramé weave with just 5 sections of macramé. But the macramé is going to create a twist effect. So if you've watched any of our videos before, the macramé is slightly different because we're going to be working with just one side all the way through this project. If it's going to help you for the first few ties, you can add some more sellotape to the middle 2 strands. You don't want them too tight, the tension too tight, but at least it'll stop them getting involved with your 2 external ones if you've not done much macramé before. So that's just a little tip again, or carry on, however is best for you. So I'm going to work from the right to the left. So I'm bringing my right strand over the top of these 2 middle strands, and then we're going to use the left strand, which is going to come over the top first of our right hand strand, and it's going to go under, behind the 2 middle ones, and up through the right hand side. So we've got that which is now passing behind, but if you go over the top first, and then the second side comes under and up through your loop there. Now you don't have to go mad really pulling that tight. We're just going to leave that first macramé like so, and we're going to do another macramé underneath. So we're going to do 5 of these in total. So that's the first one. And as I say, we're aiming for the twist in the macramé, so I'm coming back from the same side. Usually we would alternate, but we're not going to do that in this situation for this pattern. So that was the first, and here's our second. Again, starting right to left, and coming under, and up. So that's 3. Four, and our 5th macramé. And 5. I'm not sure if you'll see, but the twist is already starting to happen from our macramé weave. It's actually turning the project as well, which is going to create a wonderful effect throughout the whole bracelet as we continue. So I'm going to remove my sellotape from the middle 2 strands and very simply add my next bead on. We'll drop that down to our macramé and add 8 beads to the side. So you're picking up your 8 Tohos. So we've got the 8 either side, and we're going to go back to our macramé, sellotape away if you wish, and we're going to start again on the right hand side. So you're always going to go from the right, and we're always going to do the 5 in between our beads. So 5 macramé weaves, always from the right hand side, and that's going to create this twist effect. doesn't have to be a feminine bracelet. It can be more masculine if you want to choose slightly darker coloured beads or more neutral tone beads, because the effect is really impressive, almost like a DNA chain with the connections between it. So you can really go ahead and personalise it to what you're wanting. So just keep going with this same method. So we're creating this effect and we'll keep going. Check with after 5 beads for your length, and I'll join you when I'm ready to put the fastening end on as well. So I carried on with my threading and I made sure that I was happy and had the length I needed for my bracelet. So there's where my fastener's going to be, and this is going to be my fastening bead. So I finished with a section of macramé, and then I brought all 4 strands together and just tied a knot as we had for the starter here. A little bit of patience and I managed to get all 4 strands through this bead as well, and I'm just going to take a knot under. I'm going for a tasseled end here because I quite like that effect. I think it just finishes off my bracelets nicely. So I'm going to pop my knot here, and just to secure everything we'll be using some Fevi Kwik glue. So I'm just going to create a section of tassels as well. So I just want to tie a small knot, and I'm going to put a Toho bead on and then do another knot. So I'm going to do that with all 4 strands, and then I'll glue all my knots. So there's all my knots done, and I'm just going to cut away the excess thread above them, leaving about 2mm maximum. And now we're going to use our glue. Thank you very much. And I'm just going to seal that knot by putting the glue on the knots. You don't want to go too mad with the glue and have a paper like I have, just in case, otherwise it'll damage your bead mat. So I've just popped the glue there, and that will secure the knots so that they don't come out. Give that a minute or 2 just to dry, and then all that will thread through our lovely loop here, and then you'll have finished your beautiful bracelet. Thank you for watching our tutorial today. If you've enjoyed it, remember to give us a big thumbs up, and also you can subscribe now to our YouTube channel to watch all of our latest designs and creations, and we'll show you how to work with the new beads that come into stock regularly. Until the next time, bye bye.